Hey everybody, I know this video came out at a weird time, but it was sort of like, yeah, I think I can make this one. I talk about scams on here a lot and fraud, so you guys do not get messed with. But it's really hard to just say be aware, be careful, and not really have any good examples of what happens during a scam and how you can watch out for those red flags that let you know that this is not really something, well, it's not what you think it is. This was shared by one of you, and by now you have a little background on me and why I am able to, or hopefully am able to, maybe teach you a little bit about how to be safer when you're talking to the stars and how I know that stuff. Now you have a little background. Let's go with this. I do want to say I cannot give credit to who sent this to me because I could not find the email. I had just recently done a clean out of my emails. It's very possible I accidentally deleted it. Thankfully, I already have all my lists aside, so that's good. However, I do want to say that we're looking at a post that was shared to point out a possible fraud. I warned you about this one weeks ago, and I thought to myself, wouldn't it be funny if I just let myself get scammed for a while? It actually was kind of funny, so I'm sharing it. Now, we look at this, and it's offering just a dream package if you happen to be going to the C2E2 convention, the one I will be going to, and that some of you are coming along with, or taking your own trip, and yay, we're going to meet. Katrina Balfe, not Katrina Balfe. How do we know this? First red flag out of the gate, it does not have a verification. Everything from Sam, Katrina, John, Sophie, Richard, almost everybody, they're verified. The only thing I ever wasn't sure about because it wasn't verified was Rankin Photography. It is him, but it's like, dude, get verified. I know you can. It's $15 a month. Anyway. Anywho, so that's our first, oh my gosh, how possibly can, that's not her. Our second one is, and I'm just going to read through this so you can see, it's a Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo. That's actually correct. That's exactly what it is. We're extending the C2E2 2025 from April 11th to the 19th for a once-in-a-lifetime Outlander adventure with Sam Hugh and Katrina Balfe and special guests. Sounds fantastic, unbelievable, and amazing. I so want to be there. How they're extending a 3-day convention into essentially 10, I don't know, because there's some things you need to take into account when it comes to conventions. The venue is booked for a certain amount of time. Extending it or yeah, that's hard enough all it is as it is. Think about all of the people who are there as vendors, people who are there as guests to autograph. There are the artists, the authors, the anybody who would be involved in it. They'd all have to change their schedule all for one person. No, that's illogical. So that's red flag number 2 before we even get past the second line. Apparently, this is going to include everybody who's going to be there. I would assume that we're supposed to assume David and Charles would be included. Who knows who else might just pop up? Again, unlikely, unreasonable to think that that is true. Private dinners with Sam and Katrina. All right, just paid $200 to be able to listen to him talk and pour us a drink. The cost for that alone, I'm sure you could guess, would have to be incredible. It would just have to be incredible. So in my mind, if I thought this was real, I'd be like, well, that's worth like $300 right there, at least. A personal gifting session, exclusive keepsakes from the stars. Generally, they don't give stuff out to us. Okay, we're expected to purchase their latest whatever, and maybe they'll sign it, but they aren't giving us presents. Not because they aren't nice, but because it would get insane after a while. It really would. There's a lot of us fans out there. The gift is being able to meet them, really, honestly. Guided tours and treasure hunts explore Chicago with the cast. Could you imagine trying to accomplish anything of value walking through a city as big as Chicago with the stars and not being mobbed around every corner? No. Also, an unreasonable thing to say you're going to include. Photo and autograph session. We already know how expensive those are with just Sam, with David, with Charles. No. Also with Katrina, okay, we're talking right now easily $1,000 or so for all of this, at least. Okay, behind the scenes panel Q&A. Okay, that's believable, Probably another like $30. That's what they're charging for the little Sam Q&A. Exclusive gathering and surprises. I don't know. So we're up to, I would say, at least $1,500. A little more than 1,000 at the very least, I'm going to say. Limited spots available. Send a message now to secure yours. So do you know what I did? Easy 10 points if you guess what it is I did next. If you guessed, you sent her a message, you win. 10 points for you. Go ahead and mark it up on the scoreboard. And right off the bat, we're going to take a look and see how many people are following Katrina Balfe on her messenger, which is apparently open to the public. Red flag again. 71 people. Can you imagine if she had an open chat that there might be slightly more than 71 people who have liked it, gone over there, had a chat? Probably more people. Another red flag. But let's go look and see what Katrina wanted to say to me because I'm so special. Hi, Catherine. That is my true name. Please let us know how we can help you. Absolutely. Could I please get more information on this opportunity? I know this is complete and utter baloney, but I'm trying to sound like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I have this amazing opportunity. Because of course, that's how anybody would act. Now, here's another red flag coming up. We've all heard Katrina speak. We've seen things she's typed out. We know that she's an educated person who has the ability to put a sentence together much better than I do on a regular basis here. She says, thanks, you got your love and unwavering support for Outlander. I mean, I think that's a red flag all by itself because that's almost unintelligible, but we'll go on. I say, wow, you answered. It's amazing to hear from you. Well, see, I'm just me. I'm terrible. How can I meet you at the Chicago convention? Because, how can I? That would be just amazing, wouldn't it? She answers my queries. I wanted to personally share an exclusive opportunity at C2E2 2025, an unforgettable Outlander adventure with this one-of-a-kind experience offers intimate moments with the stars, including private dinners, personalized keepsakes, guided explorations of Chicago, and behind-the-scenes insights. With limited spots available, I'd love to know if you'd be interested in being part of this extraordinary journey. Well, golly gosh, I sure would. To meet me, you'll have to contact my assistant and book your ticket for the Chicago convention. I'll forward my assistant contact information to you. You'll tell her I referred to you for the VIP ticket. Now, I've tried to block out the information for her assistant just because wife-led Outlook with stuff. But let's take a look at the back end of her name, and again, that domain that lets you know you're talking to somebody of business. I'm not going to say what the first name was, but we can see the last end is stars at outlook.com. Now, let's say their name was Kimberly Bobson at something or other. But Kimberly Bobson _stars. Okay, Katrina works for more than stars. It's a big giveaway that there would be a stars in there in any way. If it's Katrina's personal representative, it wouldn't have anything to do with stars. It really wouldn't. Because again, she is more than Outlander. We see her just as Outlander for the most part, but we know she's been involved in multiple movies, has 2 coming out, 1 while that convention is happening. No, it wouldn't be at stars. And again, it wouldn't be at outlook.com because again, business folks generally use a business address, a business domain. So I'm not saying that's true for all. I am saying that is one of the giveaways to watch out for in general. Now, I tell her I already have tickets to the convention, travel, hotel, and of course, entry, which is actually tickets to the convention. So I've covered that twice. She says, that's good news. Can I see your ticket? All right. Also, never, ever, 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 ever share a ticket that's been sent to you beforehand. Some people do. But sometimes there can be their information that actually allows them to copy the ticket and get entry their own without having to actually pay for it. So in our cases, we have badges that you will need a lanyard for, but the design, the picture, everything for for that convention, if somebody wants to replicate it, showing them a picture is the perfect way to allow them to do that. So never, ever, 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 ever ever share your tickets or badges or anything for the convention. They can be copied, they can be duplicated. If they have a barcode, they can be used instead of you. So just don't do that. And that's the other bit of information I'm giving today. Where did you purchase the ticket? Well, I purchased it online. It's just a badge to be worn, but I don't have it right now. I actually do. It's in my purse. A little further down says, "Hello, Catherine. That's not a private ticket, and no badge can gain access to our private event. Please, let's be guided." Let's be guided. Okay, let's be guided. Where does she want to guide me to? All right. Oh, I know, but I want access to the regular convention activities as well, which is true. Remember what Frank says. When you're interrogated, always include a bit of truth.
You stick to the truth as much as humanly possible, only altering those details that have to be kept secret.
Which I do throughout this. Katrina says, yes, our tickets cover activities, regular and private. Please do well to contact my assistant and get this done. Well, I already purchased the con ticket weeks ago. Are you saying I can't have both? I'm just being a jerk at this point. I want to see how long they'll keep this conversation going and, well, exactly where they think it should end, because I'm not paying for this ticket. You can have both, Kathy. Hope you don't mind me calling you Kathy. I adore the Kathys I know, especially the ones I've gotten to know on this channel, and you know who you are. But I've not met a Kathy that I detested or anything. However, my mother did when she was in high school, and though my dad picked my name Catherine, she said adamantly, no one is ever to call me Kathy because it reminds her of this girl she knew in high school. So no one calls me Kathy. I get upset if someone calls me Kathy because I was grown up called Katie or Kate. But no one calls me Kathy. That's not my name. And you only call me Catherine if you're really mad at me. So my mom and dad sometimes can still call me Catherine, but really I haven't heard that in years. Anywho, do well to write Kim regardless this issue. You can get a discount since you already purchased the ticket online. We can give you discount on the VIP ticket. I'm getting a discount because I already paid for the ticket. Isn't that amazing? Let's see. I paid $110 for the ticket. I wonder how much they'll charge me without having paid for the ticket. I don't know. She continues, then you tell Kim she should add you to our private chat. I have tons of messages here, so I barely have time to reply to multiple fans. How can you have tons? You only have 71 people. I mean, I'm sure that's a lot. That is a lot, but And then I let some time go by. Are you there? I am, but I'll get to you when I want to. Anyway, I am just trying to figure out how much I can afford. I'll be contacting Kim today. Thank you, Katrina, for trying to make sure I don't miss this opportunity. I'm just really polite. And now we move on to the email portion of our saga. Once again, I am trying to keep some privacy here for myself and for the original emailer, just because I don't want them flooded. I'm here to warn you, not destroy them. Not that would be terrible. Anyway, I write to her. Hello, Kimberly. I recently received a message from Katrina who said I should speak to you about receiving a VIP ticket for a fan experience with her as well as other cast members. I'm really excited and can't wait to meet with everyone. Do you need my address to send the ticket, or is there a code to scan? Are we meeting up before the big event? How many people get to participate? Thanks so much for extending the convention for this chance. Thank Katrina Bell for taking the time, especially when she's got a movie coming out at that time. Oh, are we going to be viewing The Amateur with her? That would be amazing. I'm sorry if that is a lot to ask. I'm just so thrilled to be included. Please let me know what you need from me and the schedule so I don't miss anything. Thank you so much, Katie. Here is her response. Hello, Katie. Thank you for reaching out. We're thrilled to hear how excited you are about the fan experience. We are too. Katrina mentioned your participation. Me? Little old me? She just mentioned me? Oh my gosh. Out of her so many messages, me. I'm so special. Another flag. And we're delighted to have you join us. Your VIP will be a physical ticket, which we will ship to you. To ensure timely delivery, please send me your full name and mailing address at your earliest convenience. Not going to do that. The event's scheduled for April 11th to the 19th, promising 8 unforgettable days of fun with the cast and fellow fans. We've made provisions for a limited number of VIP fans to keep the experience intimate and exclusive, and we're so happy to have you as part of it. I'm so happy too. We'll be sharing the full itinerary soon once we confirm your address and ticket payment. The VIP ticket costs $287, covering the full experience. Katrina has been incredibly generous with her time, and we're grateful she could fit this into her schedule despite her upcoming film release. I'll be sure to pass along your appreciation. Regarding a screening of The Amateur, that's a fantastic idea. While I can't confirm anything just yet, I'll keep you updated if it becomes part of the experience. You don't think they would have already planned that? Anyway, no need to apologize. Your enthusiasm is completely understandable. Please send your name and address as soon as possible so we can process your ticket and ship it out early to avoid any delays so you don't miss any part of this experience. Do you live in Chicago? Well, I don't, but we'll get to that later too. We do some back and forthing, so if you'd like to skip our chat backing and forthing, I suppose you can, and then I'll come to my conclusion. But honestly, I think you're going to enjoy this. Hi, Kimberly. I've been scrambling trying to come up with extra money for hotels through the week of April for the extended convention, as well as assuring I will have those extra days off work, as well as covering the extra ticket cost. My goodness, it's a lot. I don't know how I managed it all. I let Katrina know I was looking for the extra cash to afford this opportunity, and she said I could get a discount on the VIP ticket, and it should be added to the private chat because she is too busy to keep up with all the fan chats, which is completely understandable. How she's able to keep up with them on a completely different program or application rather than the one through Messenger on Facebook, I don't know, but apparently it would make a huge difference. Again, another red flag. Either she has time to chat or she doesn't. She doesn't. But I said, which is completely understandable, please let me know what you need from me and I'll try to make sure I have the funds available. I cannot wait until April and meeting Miss Balf. I really can't. It'll be fantastic. Thank you again for having this event available and for your patience while I try to arrange things on my end. Ever polite, trying to be as realistic as possible. Thank you for your response. Miss Balf has already spoken to me about you and mentioned that you have purchased a regular ticket. Based on that, your remaining balance of $194, which covers 70% of the total amount. Once we receive confirmation of your payment, we will proceed with arranging your accommodation requirements. Now, I like this. Basically, they knocked $100 off. So they're acknowledging that I already put some money forth, and basically, I mean, everything would be tripled, like how much it costs to eat for the week. Instead of 3 days, it's 8, almost tripled. Hotel stay, everything else, plus the missing work. I don't know why they think this is reasonable. It says, once we receive confirmation of your payment, we will proceed with arranging your accommodation requirements. Additionally, as tickets are limited, I highly recommend securing a VIP ticket as soon as possible to ensure you don't miss out on the full experience. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to assist. So nice of her. My accommodation requirements, it doesn't say hotel included on any of this thing, so I don't know why they say that. Dear Kimberly, I should be able to swing $194. How do I get it to you? And when I do, how will I be receiving the ticket? If by mail, when should I expect it? Thank you. I may have other questions. Hopefully I'll find it later, but somewhere in there they say send the money by Cash App, and there's a whole bunch of payment information, and actually I won't share that if I do find it. So I tell them, I'm not able to use Cash App due to security issues. It's absolutely true. I will not use Cash App. I have family who work in security, also true, and banking, not really true, and tell me that that it is often used for black market purchases or theft, and also scams, but I didn't say that because that would be giving away the fun thing we're doing. Is there an alternative? Sorry to be complicated. I don't want to be a problem person, you know. Then our assistant says, thanks for your prompt response. Due to delays in the international transaction process, we prefer Cash App payments to avoid delays, and your ticket will be shipped to your address. So I'll be needing your residential address. Also not giving you that. No. And then my new best friend says, which payment method are you conversant with? I'm assuming she meant comfortable with. And she lets me know she's going to add me to Mrs. Balf's personal chat space when you are ready. Who can pick out the red flag on that sentence? We'll come back to it again later. Don't worry. I tell her, Zelle. Zelle is one that I actually do trust, my bank trusts, and if there's something goes wrong, they can get my funds back. It's one I trust. And also, I'm ready to join the private chat now. Thanks. I haven't sent anything, but I'll get in on the private chat. Like to see how that goes. Now, this is the one where I'm not going to show you the whole thing because it has all of their bank information. And again, I'm not here to do that to anybody. Thanks for your swift response. No problem. We regret to announce to you that we don't accept payments from Zelle. I don't blame you. It would be really easy to trace. Please make payments through wire transfer to our finance agent in the U.S. And they do give me all of the information to send them money. So nice of them. Now, I'll be honest, right out here is when we found out things were going on with my dad. And so I wasn't messing around with them as much. But I have a message that says, good morning, Katie. I've spoken with Kat about adding you to her private chat, and she has agreed. Please let me know when you are online, and I will guide you through the next steps to stay in direct contact with her. Oh, my gosh. I respond, yes, I'm ready, online now while working, which was true because I think I was in the middle of talking to them, recording something, doing research. So, I mean, technically I was working. My new best friend says, great, download and install your Telegram app to register with your phone number and let me know when you're done with it. How is work going? Hope not hectic. No, it's totally smooth. Always is. Now, again, I don't want to give people my address. I don't want to give people my phone number either. That is personal information. And I get very leery when somebody requires personal information or uses an app that requires your personal information for them to talk to you. It's a problem for me. And not because I'm shy, but anybody who wants more personal information than you would normally have during a conversation, it shouldn't be required on an app to me. So I didn't do that. Instead, after I downloaded, I said, I've done so, all installed and running, but my day is nearly done now. Work went well. Thank you. Sleep is good. Lots of people do it. I enjoy it myself. My new best friend says, great job. I'm glad you could get it done. What's your job? I'm a full-time assistant and I love my job. Kat is such a lovely person. Well, you know what? I agree. That's why I would love to meet her and love to catch you so that people don't scam others in her name. That would be fantastic. Then my new best friend says, do well to add Kat. Here's her username. Please don't share this username with anyone else. It's a private chat space for a few from... So, I'm not sharing it with you because it's private. I want to be fair. And our last shared message is, please let me know if you've been able to add Kat. Now, why is this our last Google message? Well, she hadn't heard from me for a while because I was continuing my chat with Kat. Or Kat adjacent. I don't even know. So they apparently had been wondering if somebody was me. I said, I am on the thing, but my dad is in the hospital and I only downloaded the app and registered with my number. I haven't been able to get in on the chat yet, though. So sorry for the delay, but I'm sure you understand. And why wouldn't she? She's experienced a loss, so I know she would understand me going through the pain of watching my father in the hospital. Of course she'd be understanding. No need to apologize. I completely understand. I'm really sorry to hear about your dad being in the hospital. I hope he's doing okay and that things improve soon. Take all the time you need and don't worry about the chat. Your focus should be on your family right now. Wishing him a speedy recovery. Do well. Send to your phone number and I'll add you up. I did not ever send them my phone number. Few days go by and she says, hello, Katie. How is your dad doing today? Hope he is getting better by the minute. He actually is not doing too bad. Improvement, not a lot, but some. He's going to be in the hospital for some time yet. Thank you. Also true. Okay, quickie recovery, she says. Hello, Catherine. I didn't get your call number, so I can add you for easier communication. No, she did not. I love to keep my devoted fans close. I have a space for everyone to reach out to me directly without interference. That seems kind of insane. If you were that popular of a star, would you want just anybody to be able to contact you anytime? No. Again, logic, folks. And I know I'm being snarky about that, but people like this, they expect your devotion, your excitement, your enthusiasm to make you make decisions that you otherwise wouldn't, that you'd think through first because your emotions overpower your logic. So it's you got to kind of take a step back and just hopefully make good decisions. I said, I don't mind just talking here. I don't. I don't mind just talking here. There's no reason why we can't just use Messenger. I have no idea why they wanted my Telegram information and my phone number, so aren't I glad I didn't give it to them to find out? And I'm sorry I didn't respond sooner. I've just been very busy with my dad, but I did find out I won't have the money for you until April 9th. Probably because I spent it to go meet Sam, but we won't get into that. I don't suppose I would be able to give you the money or to Kim to you in person. Because why not? I knew I wasn't going to give them any money online. If I could meet them in person that way, that would be great. I'm glad you are taking good care of your dad. Take your time, your dear friend. Family is everything. I have no business with money you pay to Kim management. For the event, you have to get your ticket to be able to gain access, and tickets are not to be sold at the venue. I'm shocked. No, I'm not. Honestly, at this point, I just wanted to see how long I could get her to keep talking. But I was kind of tired of the ruse. So it's time to wrap it up, which is what I'm doing here. I see. That's a darn shame. I guess I'll have to miss this opportunity. And that's fine, my friend, she says. And that is where I ended it. I thought about carrying it on for a while, but honestly, I was tired of it. I wanted to, once I started, I thought, I want to see if I can grab as many hints that this is baloney as I go along. And I think I showed you quite a few right there at the beginning. The rest of it was just them trying to keep me on the string, keep me hoping that I could maybe get there. And I think that letting them know that I had other things going on in my life that might have been a little more important kind of threw them off. But I'm impressed with the fact that they keep a note or database of all the people they're scamming. And as soon as they saw me, they were able to easily go, so Kate, how's your dad? I mean, very quickly. That's a good scammer. They're up on their game. But you have to watch out for all the little hints that let you know this is not them. You've heard them speak, you've seen them write things, you know how they communicate. There are a lot of hints in this conversation that let you know that isn't Kat. There are some hints in the communication with her assistant that let you know that's not an assistant. Let me just say that the Telegram name that they use is very obvious. It's Katrina Balf, and then a bunch of numbers, and then a thing. And you know what? Most stars, even if their name has been taken, come up with clever names other than what we do, which is just add a number after the end. So I think that's a clue as well. But I'm going to show you one more clue that this is a lot of baloney because yes, I did download Telegram, and I did just for the heck of it try to add her and find out what the result was. And this is just a screenshot from my phone, but as you can see at the very top, Mrs. Balf. I'm going to just leave that there for you to contemplate. That isn't right. And that is what I got when I typed in the @ for the Telegram. I don't know what avatar username is what I'm going to go with. And so that's it. I couldn't anymore. But I'm not going to leave you with that because people getting scammed, it's an awful thing to happen. People being tricked into thinking they are speaking to stars that they adore from afar. It can often give those stars a bad name, and it has nothing to do with them. It has to do with somebody who has decided that they need to use someone else's name to be somebody. And I'm going to leave you with a little story of my own. When I first got on Twitter, this is a long time ago. When I first got on Twitter, I was so excited to see all of my stars, and I could see things that they had to say, and the shows, the people who make them, the writer. I was so excited to actually see in real time thoughts these folks had. It's so cool. And then I was equally, if not more, thrilled when I got my first instant message on Twitter. And it was from somebody that I was just beyond excited to hear from. Mark Hamill. Yes, Luke Skywalker, he was messaging me because I was super special. And I will tell you, honestly, talked to him for a good 10-15 minutes. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to Mark Hamill. And he's interested in my thoughts and my ideas. And then it hit me. That's ridiculous. No. And I went back and I figured out how the verification works. And like 2 minutes later, I was like, all right, I'm done talking with you. And I blocked him. We can all be fooled. We can all be fooled. There is absolutely nothing to be embarrassed about if you are tricked into thinking something is what it isn't on the internet. It is the same kind of lessons I'm right now giving my daughter before she starts having more access to screen time and to the internet. She wants a telephone. I want to make sure she knows all the things I'm telling you, and that is that absolutely anybody can pretend to be absolutely anybody when there's a keyboard in between. You cannot trust what you see unless there is some sort of checks and balances. And our best way to combat being scammed or stolen from is by making sure that we are doing things that are of the norm. You only check messages and stuff. Check posts on Instagram. Come to your favorite YouTuber who likes to go through things. Do not respond to an instant message, to an email, to any personal communication when they say that they are a star. It is far more important for you to protect yourself than for you to have 10 minutes talking to somebody. If you accidentally miss it, you will live. Your wealth will still be in your bank. You'll still be able to pay your bills, and you won't have to tell somebody else. So I got scammed by Sam Hoon, or I got scammed by Katrina Balfe. You don't want to be one of those people. So that's why I'm doing this today. I hope that all of this gives you the information necessary to, one, educate folks around you, and two, not get scammed yourself. It's important that we share this information and help each other not to become a victim of scam artists taking the name of folks that we know are extremely good people and just dragging it through the mud with these things. Be part of the solution and be part of a movement to ensure that nobody else gets attacked like this just because they are a fan. And with that, I am going to leave you and hope that you go forth safely into this new week. If you enjoy this video and find it helpful, please give it a like, and please subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell. Most importantly, share this video if you think it will be helpful to any fandom. This is not an Outlander, strictly an Outlander problem. This is an everybody problem. People are getting scammed left and right by folks who just want the opportunity to say, I love your work. Thanks so much for making a huge difference in my life. You made a great story into an amazing story. Whatever it is you would love to say. That is why we have social media. That's why I ask you guys if there are any questions you'd like me to ask to folks if I get the chance. So yeah, just be careful. Share this. If you'd like some cheerier information, please do check out my playlists below. They will have conversations about Outlander, about Couple Next Door, about Outlanders, cast varying from one end to the other, Blood in My Blood, and some various other shows down there as well. Thanks so much for joining me, and no matter what video you do choose, I'll see you there. Safely, soundly, carefully. Take care, guys.